Hello and welcome to a day in 15 minutes UPSC Prelims Daily Current Affairs by Neo IAS. Today is 11th December 2019 and the topics for discussion are India Skills Report of 2020, AIM Cyrus Program, Western Disturbances, Human Development Index for 2019 and then finally Anti-Maritime Bill. Coming to the first topic of the day, which is India Skills Report of 2020. Now there is a news because the 2020 India Skills Report has finally been released, and according to this report, it provides employability of citizens in the country and across the states. Basically, the status of employability of the citizens in the country. Now this report has jointly been developed by Confederation of Indian Industry (CII), All India Council for Technical Education, UNDP, that is United Nations Development Program, and finally AIU, that is Association of Indian University. Now understand this report also ranks different cities based on the availability of employment. Now from this report we get a few statistics or data. It says that Maharashtra actually tops the list of states with highest employable talent, and that is followed by Tamil Nadu and Uttar Pradesh. When you come to cities, we have Mumbai in the top, and that is followed by Hyderabad as the most highest employable cities. Now, according to the findings of this report, it says that about 46% of Indian students are employable or ready to take up jobs after their education. Now, this is actually a relatively low number, personally. 46% is not a very good number. Okay, so we have to develop the number, saying that at least a 75%, that's going to be the better mark. Okay, now of these, the most of the employable candidates who are coming out of the universities are actually MBA students, and they have the highest percentage of employability with 54%. Now understand the surprising fact, females have more employability scores than males. Females have 47% while males have 46%. Understand there is an improvement in the availability of employment talent around, from what we had before. In 2014, we had 33.9%, while in 2019, we have around 46% or 47%. Now coming to the next topic of the day, which is AIM Cyrus Program. Here, AIM actually starts for Atal Innovation Mission. Okay, so there is a news because the second phase of AIM Cyrus Deep Technology Learning Innovation Program in Sochi has finally concluded. Now coming and talking about Cyrus here. Now Cyrus stands for Scientific International Research in Unique Terrestrial Station, and this thing belongs to Russia. Now coming to the aim of the AIM Cyrus collaboration, this foundation actually is to promote innovation cooperation between the students of India and Russia, to remove the cultural and language barriers between the students of India and Russia, to share the best practices in the promotion of educational, scientific, innovative achievements, basically to promote innovative cooperation and research in different fields between India and Russia. Now, in addition to that, it also looks on to develop talented youth of both the countries to foster a knowledge-driven innovation ecosystem. Okay. Now, as a note, you have to keep in mind here is that the program has been co-created by both Cyrus and Atal Innovation Mission, stimulating cross-border collaboration and innovations between the youth of both the countries. Now, just talking about Atal Innovation Mission, this is a Niti Aayog's flagship initiative to promote a culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in India. Now, Atal Innovation Mission also serves as a platform for promotion of world-class innovation hubs, grand challenge, startup businesses, and other self-employment activities in India, leveraging state-of-the-art advanced and affordable emerging technologies. Okay, so therefore, actually Atal Innovation Mission has two core functions. Now, these are innovation promotion and entrepreneurship promotion. Coming to the next topic of the day, which is Western disturbances. Now, this is a news because under the influence of the Western disturbance, the capital city of our country, which is Delhi, is likely to receive rain between December 11 and 13. Now, coming to Western disturbances, understand before we start, Western disturbance is a geographical concept, and you will be studying this in geography, in the basics of geography. Coming to Western disturbances, this is actually an extratropical storm. Okay, basically, extratropical means out of the tropical area. Now, this storm originates in the Mediterranean region and brings sudden winter rain to the northwestern part of the Indian subcontinent. Okay, now extratropical storms are global phenomenon with moisture usually which is carried in the upper atmosphere, unlike their tropical counterparts where the moisture is actually carried in the lower atmosphere. Now, this is a non-monsoonal precipitation pattern driven by the westerlies, and in the case of Indian subcontinent, moisture is sometimes shed as rain when the storm system actually encounters Himalayas. Now, the thing you need to keep in mind here is that the westerlies are prevailing winds from the west towards east in the middle latitudes between 60 and 30 degrees latitude. Okay. Talking about the origin of these things, the western disturbances originate in the, as I told you, in the Mediterranean Sea as an extratropical cyclone. There is a high pressure area over Ukraine and neighborhood areas, causing an intrusion of cold air from the polar region towards an area of relatively warm air with high moisture. Now, what this does is it generates a favorable condition for cyclogenesis, basically development of cyclone in the upper atmosphere, which promotes the formation of a eastward moving extratropical depression. Now, after this depression is formed, they gradually travel across the Middle East from Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and finally enter into the Indian subcontinent. This is the mechanism of it. Now, coming and talking about the impact that western disturbances actually have on the Indian subcontinent, understand western disturbances actually plays an important role in bringing moderate to heavy rain in low-lying areas and heavy snow to mountainous areas in the Indian subcontinent. Now, this disturbance is usually associated with cloudy sky, higher night temperatures, and unusual rain. Now, this precipitation has great importance in the agriculture, particularly for the rabi crops. Now, when you say rabi crops, understand wheat among them is one of the most important crops for India, which actually meets India's food security challenges. So, wheat is very good for wheat development. Now, in some cases, excessive precipitation due to this disturbance can cause crop damage, landslides, floods, and avalanches. Alright, that's all for western disturbances. Coming to the next topic, which is Human Development Index of 2019. So, this is in news because India's rank under the 2019 Human Development Index report is actually 129. It has gone up one notch, which is last year it was 130th and this year it is 129th. Okay, now India's improved its Human Development Index score from 0.647 to 0.643 and continues as a country with medium human development. Now, the toppers in this are Norway, Switzerland, and Ireland, and Germany is placed on the 4th along with Hong Kong, Australia as the 5th rank on the global ranking system. So, the first three is Norway, Switzerland, and Ireland, and then along with that we have Germany and Hong Kong and Australia in the 5th ranking. Coming and talking about India's HDI performance. India's ranking actually improved mainly because of the decline in poverty and improvement in education and health sectors. Now, for inequality adjusted HDI, India's position actually drops by one position, that is to 130th, losing nearly half the progress, that is from 0.647 to 0.477, which it had made in the past 30 years. Now, coming and talking about Human Development Index. Now, this is developed by UNDP to measure the human welfare and its various aspects using the variables of life expectancy, literacy, and per capita income. Coming to the final topic of the day, which is Anti-Maritime Bill. Now, this is in news because the External Affairs Minister, that is Shri Jaishankar, has introduced the Anti-Maritime Bill in the Parliament. Now, talking about this bill is framed in accordance to the UN clause, that is United Nations Convention on Law of Seas. Now, it provides under this thing, it also provides punishment of death penalty for those involved in piracy at sea. Now, this death penalty is actually given under section 3 of this bill. Now, coming and talking about why this bill is actually needed. Understand, India does not have a separate domestic legislation on piracy. Till now, the provisions of the Indian Penal Code pertaining to armed robbery and the admiralty jurisdiction of certain courts have been invoked in the past to prosecute pirates apprehended by the Indian Navy and the Coast Guard. Understand, this piracy is especially high in the Gulf of Aden region, okay? And this Gulf of Aden region has seen several attacks by Somalia. Now, this region is important as it is the busiest trade route between Europe, Asia, and the east coast of Africa. Now, this trade route is very, very important, and this is because several countries jointly and individually are increasing the security in the Gulf of Aden region to protect their ships from the pirates. And this has forced the pirates to shift their operations eastwards and southwards. And this is where it is affecting India greatly, and it's because of that we need a very strict legislation for dealing with this menace. So that's all for today. If you have any doubts or queries, you can write down in the comment section below. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Follow our website neoiasgap.com for the detailed content and monthly prelims digest. Also join our current affairs exclusive test series through the website. And finally, participate in the daily current affairs prelims infotainment quiz at our Telegram channel, that is Neo IAS Prelims, at 9:30 p.m. every day. Thank you.